Ever find yourself thinking about like how much money is constantly moving around the globe? Businesses, doing their thing.
It's an insane amount, right?
Absolutely insane. But here's the thing. The system that handles most of it, Swift, it's like ancient,
Oh, yeah, I've heard that before, like really old.
ancient, from like 1973. Disco was still grooving when this thing launched.
Wow, that is ancient. No wonder people are trying to change things up.
Exactly. And that's where our friend XRP and the company behind it, Ripple Labs, come into the picture. Our listeners sent over a whole stack of articles, videos, you name it, on this one. Seems like they're ready to really dive deep.
Yeah, I'm seeing some fascinating stuff here. Classic case of a newcomer trying to disrupt the old guard.
Total disruption, that's the goal.
Yeah.
And that YouTube video you sent actually does a great job breaking it down into 4 key parts.
Oh, nice, like a framework.
Exactly. First up, you've got Ripple Labs, the company itself. Then there's the XRP ledger, the tech behind it all.
Okay, the what makes it work part.
You got it. Then, of course, we've got the XRP token, what people are actually trading.
The exciting part.
Right.
Uh,
And finally, tying it all together, there's RippleNet. That's where we see it being used in the real world. So where do we want to kick things off with this XRP deep dive?
Well, I think it's going to start with the problem Ripple's trying to solve, right? Imagine you're a business and you need to send a payment overseas internationally.
Okay, getting kind of stressful already.
Right. Now, using the SWIFT system, it can take days, sometimes even a whole week.
A week. Seriously.
Not to mention the fees. We're talking some serious cash just to move your own money. 30, 50 bucks, sometimes way more depending on the amount and where it's going.
Oof. Yeah, it's going to eat into profits. I could see why businesses wouldn't be too thrilled about that
Exactly. And that's where Ripple Labs swoops in back in 2012.
with the solution.
They said, hey, blockchain tech, this could be the answer. Faster, cheaper, and way more efficient for moving money across borders.
Okay, I like where this is going. So are they talking about replacing the whole SWIFT thing entirely?
That's the big dream. They pictured a world where these international transfers take seconds and not days. And those fees. Pennies, literally pennies compared to what SWIFT charges.
Okay, so instead of waiting a week and forking over a small fortune in fees, businesses could use XRP and boom, money's there instantly.
Precisely. Especially huge for companies doing a ton of international business.
Definitely. But let's get into the nitty-gritty. This XRP ledger, how does it even work? Is it like similar to Bitcoin, Ethereum, those kinds of things?
There are some similarities, but how XRP validates transactions, that's the unique part. See, Bitcoin uses this thing called proof of work, miners solving super complex math problems to add blocks to the chain.
Yeah, energy intensive.
Oh, incredibly. It's secure, but it eats up energy and can be slow.
Like a global Sudoku competition, but with computers. And electricity bills that would make you cry.
Exactly. And now XRP Ledger, totally different approach. They call it the Ripple Protocol Consensus Algorithm. Right, so no miners fighting it out. Instead, they use a network of validators. Basically, these validators double-check each other's work to make sure transactions are legit.
Checks and balances, I like it.
And this, my friend, is how the XRP Ledger processes transactions so incredibly fast. We're talking 3 to 5 seconds, usually, and way, way less energy used.
So it's more like a team effort than a free-for-all that makes it faster and better for the environment?
Exactly. Speed and efficiency are the name of the game with XRP. That's the core of how it could potentially really shake up how money moves around the world.
Okay, so we've got this crazy, fast, efficient ledger handling tons of transactions. But what about XRP, the token itself? Where does that fit in? Is it like the gas that powers this whole thing?
You could say that, yeah. XRP, it's like a bridge currency. Within this RippleNet system, it's what makes these super fast cross-border payments actually happen.
Okay, so walk me through it. Let's say a company, they want to send, I don't know, 1 million euros to Japan for a shipment of those little robot dogs everyone's obsessed with these days.
Right, right. So instead of going directly from euros to yen, which through the traditional way can be a huge pain, slow, expensive, you name it, they'd first use those euros to buy XRP.
Ah, so it's like exchanging your cash at the airport before you travel, but instead of, pesos or whatever, it's XRP.
Exactly. Then that XRP, it's sent over to Japan to our robot dog enthusiasts through RippleNet. And remember, those transactions, boom, seconds.
Okay, so fast. Then what? They've got XRP, but they need yen, right?
Yep, and that's the beauty of it. Once they have the XRP, they instantly convert it to Japanese yen. Easy peasy.
Wow, so XRP is like the middleman. making the whole process smoother, faster.
Exactly. No need for banks to be holding tons of different currencies, dealing with all that complicated stuff. It streamlines everything.
That is incredibly clever. But gotta ask, when we talk crypto, we gotta talk tokenomics. What's the deal with Ripple Labs holding so much XRP? How does that affect the price, if it does?
Oh, it's a big factor, something investors watch super closely. Right now, Ripple Labs, they've got about 39 billion XRP in escrow, a total supply of 100 billion.
Okay, so they've got a pretty big chunk of the pie then.
They do, and each month, they release a little bit of that escrowed XRP. Naturally, that impacts how much is circulating, which can definitely move the price.
So it's like a slow drip of XRP into the market and everyone reacts accordingly. Why not just release it all at once?
Well, the idea is predictability, stability. By releasing it gradually, Ripple Labs avoids shocking the market, preventing those sudden price drops. Plus, it's worth noting, unlike some other cryptos, XRP has a very low burn rate.
Okay, gotta stop you there. Burn rate. Is that like setting fire to a stack of cash? Because that doesn't sound very financially sound.
Not quite, haha. Burning tokens? In the crypto world, it means they're gone forever, taken out of circulation.
So less supply.
Exactly. Less supply, which can theoretically increase the value of what's left. Some cryptos, they burn a small percentage with every transaction, but XRP, pretty negligible.
Interesting. So if XRP has this fixed supply, which affects the price, and Ripple Labs controls a big chunk of it, red flag for investors.
It's definitely something to think about. Some people, they say, the centralized control, it gives Ripple Labs too much power over the XRP market. Others argue, no, it actually creates stability, lets Ripple invest in the long-term growth of the whole XRP ecosystem. Lots of opinions on this one.
So two sides to every coin, as they say, even a digital one. Okay, so we've got the tech, we've got the tokenomics, potential benefits for businesses. But is any of this actually happening in the real world? Is RippleNet gaining any traction? That's the big question, isn't it? Are companies actually using this thing?
Right, gotta go beyond the theory. Well, Ripple, they say they have over 100 financial institutions signed up using RippleNet. Some big names too, like Santander, American Express.
Okay, so not just small fries, they've got some heavy hitters.
Exactly. And they're saying the number of transactions on RippleNet, it's going up steadily.
So it's not all talk. They are getting banks and these big financial players on board. That's got to count for something, right?
It does. But gotta keep things in perspective. Swift, they're still doing trillions of dollars a day.
So still early days for RippleNet, even with these big names attached. It's like trying to turn a giant cruise ship. It takes time, but they are making progress. Well, how about this whole SEC lawsuit thing? From what I read, that seems like it could be make or break for XRP.
Yeah, the SEC case, huge deal. It all boils down to, is XRP a security or is it not?
Simple question, probably a very complicated answer.
You got that right. If the SEC wins, it could really put a damper on things, especially here in the US.
So less adoption, less use.
Potentially, yeah. But, flip side, if Ripple wins, that could be a game changer.
Legitimizes it in a lot of ways, I'd imagine.
Exactly. More adoption, more use, the whole 9 yards. But gotta remember, global finance, it's a beast. Even if Ripple wins, they've still got tons of competition. Not just Swift, other cryptos too. Even those central bank digital currencies, CBDCs, those are getting big.
It's like a giant, messy financial food fight. So for our listener out there who's been with us this whole time, trying to wrap their head around all this, what's the main takeaway? What should they remember about XRP when they're thinking about it?
I think the biggest thing is XRP's future. It's tied to RippleNet. If Ripple can get more big financial institutions using their system, and if they come out on top with this SEC lawsuit, then yeah, XRP could be huge. But if adoption doesn't pick up, if the SEC ruling goes against them, then it's a lot murkier. Lots of ifs, lots of moving parts.
So much depends on those big players, which way they decide to go. Sounds like anyone looking at XRP as an investment, they've got to keep an eye on those adoption trends, not just the price charts.
Absolutely. Seeing how institutions are actually using XRP and RippleNet, that's going to be crucial for understanding where it might go in the long run.
Always about connecting those dots, right? Knowledge is power, as they say. The more you understand, the better you can navigate this crazy world of crypto.
Couldn't agree more.
And on that note, we are wrapping up this deep dive into the wild world of XRP. We hope you've gotten a lot out of this conversation. And listener, don't be shy. Head over to the Deep Dive forum. Let us know what you think. What are your takeaways? We want to hear it all.